Okay. Welcome everyone. My name is V with Temple of Becoming, and we're here with Anu, powerful spiritual
Hello.
warrior, total spiritual boss, y'all. Like this woman is kicking booty and taking names, and I'm so honored to know
Aw.
you, and I'm so
Mm,
honored to be here with you and just to learn with you.
thank
Like you're
you.
talking about, like we both got our proverbial sleeves rolled up. Like the
Yes.
people who are tend to be attracted to the Temple of Becoming's offerings are people who want to get to work and do something.
Yes.
Something in the physical world, not just thinking about it, not just airy fairy
Exactly.
fantasy. We are doing things.
Yes.
So would
Exactly.
you like to start by introducing yourself, Anu, and talking a little bit about what you do for your collective, what you bring into the world, your
Yes.
purpose?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so honored to be here with you. I am Avalux Yuruka Anu. I go by Anu. My business is Fire in the Belly Alchemy. I'm here in Seattle, Washington, and the heart of my business is around guiding people to understand that they are the medicine they need for their lives and also for the fucking world. That like we're here. It's time. It's go time. It like we all need to stop circling our shit, our patterns, and like get to work because there is a whole new world that is asking to be born through us, and it's time. So, I work a lot in the realms of expanded consciousness, and I work with psychedelics and sound and ritual and ceremony. I call myself a catalyst of spiritual coherence and an architect of alchemical chambers and a steward of sacred spaces, and really ultimately a wayfinder and pathfinder for folks that I'm here to hold the guiding light while people figure out their way back home to themselves to become the medicine they need. So, yeah, that's the general scope of my business and my practice. My one of my main offerings is called the Cauldron. You are the medicine, and it is a psychedelic elemental initiation for people to become the radical and revolutionary medicine that they need. And I actually just launched it yesterday, so this is all great timing. The energy is up, the frequency is rising, and here we are.
Holy shit. So this is like basically a form of a ritual service, like a ceremonial service that you
Yes,
hold in your
absolutely.
space. And you know what I love about it? Because we have a lot in common in our business offerings, but there's also some massive differences. But the commonalities are so beautiful. Like it's a ceremony, it's a service. You hold
Yes,
space without telling them what their path is or like you should believe this and that way. It's more like helping them
exactly.
find their
Yes.
specific design. Yeah.
Precisely. Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you do
And
this
yeah,
in
always.
person with people? Like, is it always in-person
Mm.
events?
A lot of my work is in person. I do also do a fair amount of stuff. Also, like the Cauldron is a like hybrid. You can be out as long as you come together for the in-person retreat. So try to meet people where they're at and also connect with people. A lot of my people are all over the country. They're not just here in Seattle. So having a way of connecting both through the Zoom channel and then also in person, because in person is, the more and more we're on technology, the more and more AI is involved. Like we need that heart to heart breath entrainment kind of work together to connect and come together and do like real ritual, real ceremony, real alchemy in real time. So, yeah, all over the place. I'm going to be offering something in the coming months called Rage Alchemy, Roar Rage Alchemy, and that's going to be online. But yeah, and do a lot of other Wheel of the Year events and things like that that are in person too, but also virtual because, like, let's connect to our human community. Let's really dive into the mycelial web that we have wherever we are in the ways that we can be. So, yeah.
I love that, and I love that you use the term mycelium. I've been talking about that on some of the content, mycelial network, that runs under the ground and just changes things for the
Yes.
better.
Yes, exactly.
It's so beautiful too, this in-person focus, like especially when it's like you're gonna hold space for people to really let go. Like maybe they're holding on to some emotion, they're holding on to some, I don't know,
Yeah.
shadow.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and getting to be there in the sweat and the tears of it all. And yeah, just, as a space holder, we know one of the best things that we can do is have a regulated nervous system and that can be felt palpably when you're in space, when you're in circle, when you're in ceremony with people. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Talk about the mycelial, network
Yes,
here.
exactly.
So, are you mostly coaching coaches, like other
Mm.
healers and
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of my containers that I've worked with, there are a lot of healers. I attract a lot of therapists. Most of my one-on-one medicine ceremony clients are either therapists or teachers. That's kind of the predominant energy. So other people that are either like in helping professions or are space holders themselves, and they really need space held for them. So that's a beautiful thing, is to be able to call those people in. But then, yeah, also a lot of nurses too. So yeah, again, that kind of like healing profession is really a lot of the folks that I'm calling in are people that have been holding space for others and have been doing this and really in this like I am the healer, untouchable identity. And like, no, you also get to transform and heal and come into this really, really powerful container so that you can be alchemized and transformed too. So you can do good work in the world. But yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that we have in common is we tend to attract both Temple
Mm.
Becoming and Fire in the Belly Alchemy,
Hmm.
attracting the people who are, they've got the proverbial sleeves rolled up, they're doing the work,
Yes.
they are in the field or whatever their
Yeah,
field is, they're working hard to make something happen in the material plane to help other people.
totally.
And
Exactly.
yeah, and like making that a container that fits the need, and your container fits a real specific need. And for me, I'm all online, right now at least,
Yeah.
I'm part-time. I only take two mentees at a time. I already have one. I only have space for one more, and it's on an application basis. And I know you know about
Yes.
how this works with the application
Yes.
basis. You
Yes.
vet them into the container, right? So you want to work with people who are going to invest,
Exactly. Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. You get out of something what you put in.
Mhm.
And so, I've seen that time and time again with my clients, particularly in a group setting, is if you show up, if you do the work, if you are ready and you are available for such great change, and that's something that I really do scan for in my work, is how ready and available are you to make changes? Because if you're not, like, I ain't for you, boo.
Right.
Like this is not gentle work. This is not easy. This is not optional. This is you are ready and it's fucking time. So let's cross
Yeah.
over.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, like that I talk about this and I'm sure you've probably heard this and maybe even said it yourself, which is like people who come in wanting like a magic fix or they've got this kind of ego like illusion of like I want to be all great and powerful Oz, or this kind of weird trip or like oh just let's just fix the world and just think our way, it's like there's certain things oh wait a minute that's not really this is a process. We live on planet Earth, we're here to live
Yes.
out our human life. We can't
Exactly.
bypass anything.
No, we can't. And it can be messy. It can be messy as fuck, but like that's part of it. We have to get messy in order to get in focus. But yeah, no bypassing allowed here.
So real and so accepting of the human journey, and that's what I love about it.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the ritual service. And if you want to share a little bit, just I know we talked a little bit before the call here, but
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
been a member of my ritual service for several months now.
Yes.
And the ritual service, for anyone who's not familiar, who's listening in, who's been like, oh, I've heard, I've talked about it in a couple of videos. I haven't really talked about it a ton lately, though, because it's actually pretty like in depth and it's structured around the Enneagram, which is this symbol. A lot of people know it as a personality quiz. It's
Yes,
way
yes.
deeper than that. This is a powerful, like, master of systems type of symbol that really symbolizes the hero's journey, the full cycle of initiation from setting that intention to going into the dark depths of our shadow work to coming out the other side and basically being reborn. We have to let go of an old level in order to step into our new level. It will
Yes.
cost you your old level to go to your next level.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, totally. And it's powerful because today is the full moon. Today, I'm performing the ritual of the golden chain, which is performed at point 6 on the Enneagram. This is like the fire energy.
Wow.
That's like I talk about it in some of the videos. I posted a couple recently. I don't know if you noticed, but I've got this like golden chain. I'm actually wearing it now. It's become like a symbol of transformation. It's become a symbol of like alchemical gold, basically. This is what we
Mm,
do to ourselves,
mm. Yes.
Nobody can do it for you. And I bet you tell people that when they come in your container in the cauldron, yeah, I can't do this for you. I can only
Nope.
show you the door.
Exactly.
You have to walk
Exactly.
through it.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, so anybody who's interested in learning more about my ritual service, you don't have to go anywhere. It's not in person. You simply sign up. It's really easy, and then you just receive and you can participate totally online. And the intention of moving around this basically this circle, this journey starting with point three of saying, yes, I'm going to transform my aura, go within, right? As
Mm,
a dark moon, this is the Norse negatively polarizing ritual. We go within, we transmute your energy to be more inward, where you're building energy and using energy more effectively in yourself without losing energy. This is the first step, saying yes to that transformation. Going over to point six, ritual the golden chain, saying, yes, I will surrender. I let go of my old level. I'm going to step into my new level. I just let go and accept
mm.
myself, who I am, and in all of my warts, farts, and all, in the imperfect imperfection of myself, right? To embrace my purpose, right? Like, I will never be a basketball player. I'm 5'2", right? Like, I have a human body, a human design that is designed for a purpose. That's the purpose I choose. That's what I chain myself to. So, anyway,
Yeah,
ultimately, the
I love it.
intention of the ritual service, just to give for our viewers out there who might not know about this, is to then bring us to the top of the circle where we can enter Ganunga Gap. It's what it's called in the Norse tradition. This is like a silent space of complete receptivity to all knowledge. That's
Mm.
like, you can't get this knowledge from a Google search or from a conversation with ChatGPT. This is your own inner
Yes.
gnosis, right? And I'm sure you
Yes.
probably have some similar kind of formulas in
Yeah.
your ceremonies that you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe some similar like space holding or intention setting or flavors.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, let's move on. So just wanted to share this a little bit because I know that you've been, well, actually, before I like just jump to the next question on you,
Yeah,
is there
of
anything you
course.
wanted to share about this type of like flavor or even some of the
Mm.
stuff you've gotten out of working with the temple's ritual service?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What do
Well,
you think?
I think the biggest thing and the like feeling it in my heart and every cell is I feel that you are like on my side. You are rooting for me. You are working with me. You are holding space for me in a way that no one else in my life is. And
Oh,
that's rare. Like as space holders to have people that can actually hold space for you, that is priceless, honestly. I'm getting chills just talking about this. Like
dude.
knowing that you are there, you are holding out the highest growth, highest alignment, highest possible outcome for me is like everything. So it's amazing. And just knowing that you're like, yep, tonight I'm doing this. I'm holding you in this circle. I'm holding you while I'm doing this. This is going to help you grow. And I'm feeling it. I know you're seeing in my life, like how this is reflected and the work that you're holding for me is making it possible so I can continue doing all of this work. And I'm having all of these massive identity shifts that are all in alignment. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it all the time. And it means to the world that this is happening and that I get to have access to this. So thank you
Oh,
so much.
I might cry a little bit. I mean, it's hard to know because I do these
Yeah.
things, it's so internal, you know?
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
when I go into this, I'm like, I'm doing it on myself. And then I bring you into the container. All I have to do is whisper your name over the fire, basically.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
powerful because it does create like a portal connection to the member, right?
Yes.
And this is why it's so important. I know you know this because you're doing this work in a similar way, is that it's so important for me to walk my talk and to live my unique purpose because if I'm
Mm,
off track, then I'm not setting a good example. You know, I'm not a six line in human
absolutely.
design. I'm not a role model, right? We're going to talk about human design in a second. We're going to talk about your human design and the role of six line. But I still
Yes.
have to do that because I'm always with myself. If I
Yes.
look at myself, even if I'm totally alone and I'm out of integrity, that's when I'm like, correct me, higher self. Like I will ask my higher
Mm,
self. I'm so ruthless with
mm.
myself. And
Yes.
that ruthlessness is not, it's not conveyed to you as a participant or people who are participating. It's more like it becomes gentleness because I've held that space to be so intense with myself that I can
Mm.
just basically be like, and now all you have to do is surrender. All we have to do now is surrender.
So beautiful.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
Oh
much
man.
trust.
I feel like
Mm.
we're going to circle back to that theme of
Yeah.
surrender, but I want to talk about human
Yes.
design, dude, because I talked about human design in the last Ask Me Anything, and I've been like, I want to talk about six lines.
Yes.
Dude, you're six line in human design.
I sure am. Oh, am I ever?
Oh my God. So, would you like to share? And I can do this too, but I think you're 6'3", right? You're
I
Purple Heart.
am. I am the role model martyr. And when I learned that a few years ago, I was like, well, that just explains it all.
Yeah. Do you want to share with people? Some people might not be familiar with human design.
Yeah.
You want to share with people like what that means to you, what it feels like
Uh,
for you in your journey.
oh my gosh, yes. So, I mean, the sixth line, being the role model, all of my astrology, everything has always been like, you have come here with great purpose. And like who it what in Loki, the Loki movies, I am burdened with great purpose. Honestly, I've felt a little bit of that myself too. I've had to really work out like what is real, what is white saviorism, what is my own martyrdom, what is my past life shit. But like I am here for a purpose, and it has felt urgent so much of my life. And the truth about the six line and also the three line is that I've had to go through a million of my own self initiations to get here. And this year I turned 40. So, and I went into full medical menopause 4 years ago. So like I'm on kind of a accelerated track, and like the past few years have just been bam, 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 bam. I've entered early crondom. Like I am ready to be, I feel like I am really edging towards that, the final phase of the sixth line of the really coming into your power time. And wow, my journey has been, I have been so many places, but I have felt that where I am now, I felt that call. I felt that stirring when I was 18 years old. I knew that I was like, I'm ready to go, but wow, did the universe have other plans for me? Many initiations of body and pain and loss and fire. My literal adulthood started in fire. My family's house burned down a week after I graduated high school. And so it just so many different initiations and losing all of my belongings over and over again. So many ego deaths, so many like dark nights of the soul to allow me to arrive here. And I would like to say that it stops. It does not. So we have to keep going in this journey, especially as the sixth line is kind of never ending. It's a constant initiation, constantly turning yourself into gold, alchemizing all of the shit, the muck, the gunk, the pain, the past life, the ancestral. There's just so many layers to continue to shine and to be, to really, yeah, really carry out this purpose, this big life mission that I've been feeling in my bones since in utero.
Yeah, dude, that is that is like, I mean, when you're in it, you can't laugh probably because you can look back, but you can look back and be like, ah, yeah, that was crazy. Holy macaroni. Like,
I think you learn to laugh a little bit more now when I'm at a new threshold or walking into a new portal. It's like, oh, look, here I am. So I think over time you do find a little bit of some humor or some just irony. Yeah, and on a business level, and I think this is true for most people, but you create what you are also needing, and you also end up going through your own initiation. So a lot of the work in the cauldron that's shifting and happening is about initiation. It is about like alchemical initiation, and holy shit, to make this come through, I just had to go through my own freaking massive frequency shift and my own massive initiation into like sovereign head witchdom in a new level. Like multi-dimensional layers have opened up while doing this work, because I cannot take people places I've never been. So I've had to go through it first to be able to walk people through. I think that's also a really big part of the six line too, and especially like the 6-3 is like I cannot take people places I've never been. So I've got to go a lot of places to be able to hold. And truly at this point, there is nothing that anyone could say or do in a journey that would shock me. I have heard it all, I have seen it all, and I have the capacity to be able to hold space for that. And to not, get re-traumatized or whatever it might be, because wow, I have in the medicine space so much comes up and through, and it's such a blessing to get to witness all of it and hear the stories and be the place where those stories can be told in order to be shifted. So yeah, just constant initiation. It is like this line of just, yeah, you just have to keep continuing growing and evolving and stretching and becoming more than you ever knew was possible. So
yeah, we're speaking a lot of the same language, within our like We have a lot of overlap, but I don't have the sixth line though. Like
Hmm.
I will never know what it's like in this lifetime to feel that. And I feel like it's a very unique journey, you know? I'm for one, like I get paid to research the weird freaking questions that
Yes.
people either don't want to research or they don't like want to have the brain space to research. And then I come back with like, this is this nugget of thing that you like can't get from a Google search, you can't get from ChatGPT because my brain is just like,
Yes.
you know, I'm this
Yes.
researcher that's like, I have things for my network, I have gifts for you, you know, and I've worked
It's
mostly
so
behind the
amazing.
scenes, you know, like I'm just like books, you know, just like my brain's devouring information. And sometimes I get people being like, you talk about a lot of esoteric stuff. I'm like, I need to make this something that people can use, you know.
Yes,
But
exactly.
first, in order to use it, you have to decide, I'm going to create this capacity, this spiritual muscle to be able to hold this space,
Mm,
to do my
mm,
work. I am going to
mm.
live out my purpose. You have to decide,
Yes.
you know, and then these resources start flooding in when you have questions like, how do I do X? How do I get this thing? How do I feel this? How do I, you know, work through? And then the answers just come, you know, they just
Yes.
come. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, you got to ask the questions, just ask, you know?
Oh, I love that. Exactly. So much of this work is about asking the right questions. Yeah, and being developing new language to be able to ask the questions that you need, to be able to see them, to perceive it, to receive it. So, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
like we can't be filled if we're not hungry. Like if we
Mm.
think we know it all, we have no space
Mm.
to,
Oof.
to
Yes,
receive from the, you know, the divine, you know, our gnosis,
yes,
our inner divinity, the universe.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Eternal student. Yeah.
Eternal student. Yeah. How do you work? Because I know you work with alchemy. You talk a lot about alchemy and this
Yes.
practices. I'm not like an alchemy specialist. I could probably research it and learn more because it's fascinating and it is very ancient practice with a lot of
Yes.
roots. How do you work with like
Mm.
mining the gold from
Mm.
your initiations, you know, through your 20s,
Mm.
30s, whatever, like these
Mm.
hard times that, you know, from traumatic to like joyful to like neutral, like how do you bring the mistake the gold out of the mistakes and the
Mm.
embarrassment and the, you know, this like three line like falling on your face
Oh
thing?
my God. Ah, that's a great question. My gosh. Yeah, I feel like that has been the journey is how can every experience be an opportunity for growth or for mining the gold? And that's some hard work. And sometimes it's really uncomfortable, and sometimes it's really not pretty. And you want to be anywhere else but that, but there. But I think it's the matter of continuing to move forward. And it also is it's trust with the universe, that trust that this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. And if you are believing that you are divinely guided, then everything that comes your way, every rub, every irritant, every challenge, every fall, like is part of it. It is all a part of the journey. It is all taking you where you need to go. And sometimes, yeah, there are side quests, or sometimes there's like you have to go backwards in order to go forward type of way, and it doesn't always make sense. But in my life, what I know and what I can trust is that everything does happen for a reason. Everything is happening as an opportunity for me to grow, for me to change, for me to be alchemized by the fires again and again, even if I don't want to, but it's necessary and it's meant to happen. So yeah, I mean, it's been such a practice of reflection and integration as well. And for me, a large part of the acceleration of this has been with psychedelics, particularly psilocybin. That has really been such a beautiful, potent, powerful way to make sense of my life and to continue composting and continue alchemizing, because like there's just undigested psychic matter and shit that gets built up that you might not be aware of, that it's time. So it's a constant process, just knowing that you're always in motion. I'm working with an amazing new business mentor, who talks a lot about your genius and your witch. And she did this amazing meditation to help us drop into what that is. And I was like, oh, I am the burning bonfire at the shore of the ocean. That I am both of those. That my genius is this fire, that I am this bonfire, but my witch is the ocean. It is the ever changing tides. It is the big source. It's the big roar. It's the source of all. So yeah, just honoring yourself. I mean, I work a lot with elemental alchemy. That's kind of the basis of my work, and especially in the cauldron too, is that we move through the elements, we move through the wheel of the year, and at each point there's different phases of life. There's different ways to work with the actual elements to return to yourself, to blow away anything that's standing in the way between your joy and reclaiming your inner child, to use fire to literally burn away whatever is in the way of authenticity or purpose or power or passion, and then be born anew, literally rising from the ash, so much of that phoenix quality. And water to really honor the power of grief, and to work with shame, and to work with shadow when we're in the west, when we're in autumn, and also like radical self-compassion, which means being able to see yourself in these dark places without turning away, being able to face the unfaceable, name the unnameable, and speak the unspeakable, because that is what we're supposed to do. And then, of course, earth and burying past versions of self. That's one of the big initiations that we've gone through in the cauldron, is that at the end, you literally bury the old identities. You bury what cannot go forward anymore. You release, you let go, you have an actual burial funeral, give it to the earth so she can take it and compost it. And so you can literally cross the threshold into who you're meant to become. So many ways to work with these elements and this magic and this deep medicine to help you become more and more polished over time. So I feel like I just went on a huge tangent there. So thank you for listening.
It's perfect because I love that we can, I love, Anu, that we can talk about these formulas that we have in our
Mm-hmm.
unique offerings.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of crossover, but there's like this unique flavor of like, this is serving this specific purpose and it's going to appeal to certain people, like
Totally.
your fractal, your collective.
Yes.
But there's some common universal elements of like, for example, in the West, a lot of people are afraid of death. They're very
Oh my God.
uncomfortable with the concept of the
Yes.
anything having to do with, and they're scared, and people can get, triggered. And it's like we're so conditioned even to just be afraid to really let go into transformation. And I remember when I used to hang out with my former gurus, like community, like
Uh-huh.
Amachi hugging thing. And I would sometimes, not everybody would say this, but sometimes people would say to me, like, I don't like Kali. I don't like the dark mother aspects. I don't want to let go
Mm,
of,
mm,
my current reality. I don't
mm.
want to change. And I was like, I hear that, I really do because it is scary,
It's
we have
scary.
to let
Yes.
go. And we're, the whole thing of like being a space holder of this caliber, a spiritual warrior of this caliber doing this work is that you yourself have to keep up leveling, like you were talking about. We cannot hold space for people unless we've held space for ourselves there.
Exactly.
That's the depth that's our
Exactly.
commitment.
Yeah.
And it's powerful. But it's also like, oh my God, I don't really, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how to surrender. It's not logical.
No, it's
We
not.
don't know how to die. Dying is not logical. Spiritual death, ego death, it's not
Oh,
logical.
it is not. No.
So fear is natural. But when you're
Hmm.
willing to just face it and be like, I'm scared, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to just, I don't know how to let go. Like,
Exactly.
show me the next step, divine. Show me the next step, divine mother,
Yes.
higher self, God, universe, whatever word we use.
Mm, mm,
That's
mm.
takes spiritual muscle.
Yes. Oh, that's such a beautiful way of putting it. That's so fucking true.
It's crazy too, because it's not even like we're not even efforting, it's letting go to
Yes.
relax.
Yes. Exactly. To soften in the face of hardness, which holy crap is that hard. Is that so hard? And to, yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
One of the things I love about the ritual of the golden chain that I have baked into my ritual service is that this like spiritual fire element helps actually cleanse the participant
Mm,
in the human design like concept, cleanse all the openness, like the open channels and the open centers and stuff, so that you
mm.
can get that conditioning, that not self as they call it in human
Yeah,
design. Anybody who
exactly.
studies human design knows what I'm talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
And just like clean that out, and then you can actually paradoxically use your definition more effectively, like you're
Mm,
more pointed, you're more focused, more on
mm,
track,
mm, mm.
you know.
I love that.
So we,
Yes,
we
exactly.
probably have some six lines listening.
Yes.
You may know,
Or
or
no
people that
six
are
lines.
in, yeah, even people that, regardless of their profile line in human design, that are really in this sort of, they're in this slog, they're in this struggle, they are in maybe an ego death, they are going through
Mm,
something. What would you say to those spiritual warriors right now? What
mm,
would you tell them?
the first thing that comes to mind is just trust, baby. Just trust. You got to trust this is, like I said, happening for you, not happening to you. That ultimately, I know it's hard, and but you're not a victim. This truly, there is no other way than this. You are in the fire and you have to go through the fire. And I promise there is another side and it won't always be this hard. But for right now, just trust. You are on your way. You are on your way. You're going to get through it. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So this too shall pass as well. And I promise on the other side, you're going to be more whole. You're going to be more sturdy. Your dreams are going to come true. Everything you want is on the other side of this like dark night of the soul moment. So just make it through.
They say like when you're in hell, just keep going.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
There's no other option.
no other
There's no
option.
other way. Or I mean, just thinking about clients that I've worked with psychedelics where they get to that point, they get to that threshold. And what I have seen with people who are unwilling to cross the threshold, they snap. They get stuck in a loop. You create your hell by not being willing to face or name or cross over. So just keep going.
Yes.
Just keep going.
Yeah, like talking about that, I mean, that is serious, especially the more intense the initiation, the more extreme that can happen. And I've had people around me because like, I've moved through
Yes.
many communities. I've moved through the light worker communities, the love and light. I've moved through some of the most crazy, intense, esoteric, dark, demonic, sort of people communities, right? You have people going, oh, okay, like that's really, talking about some occult stuff over here, y'all. Whoa. Like I have moved through I've met all kinds of people, and it's true. Like the more that you say, like, yes, I'm going to initiate this thing, if you're not okay with going through an ego death of what you initially thought you would become, you're
Hmm.
going to suffer like exponentially more because you're holding on to
Yes.
this concept of like, no, I'm becoming this thing, and I'm like, this is
Oof.
what I wanted to have, and it's like
Yes.
it forces you
God.
to let go of that. It's ego.
Exactly. Exactly. That's surreal. I'm just looked at my wrist. I have let go tattooed on my
Oh,
wrist. And like it's so true. And as a Leo, as a Sag rising, as somebody who has a lot of fire in my chart, I can that is the constant dance and lesson that I'm learning is how can I soften in this moment rather than I just gotta bear down and get through it and force. Nothing happens from a place of force. It just doesn't. So, how can you release? How can you surrender? How can you let go? How can you soften as you make your way? Because you're not going to get through the portal like this by bearing down. You have to allow yourself to find movement, to find softness, to find that like fluidity to make your way through. So, like so many metaphors in that. Just yeah, how can you soften? How can you soften it doesn't have it's hard, but it doesn't have to be literally hard in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your energy body. So how can you release and find your way and return to your own frequency that's going to get you there? So
talk about the like
yeah.
elemental alchemy of like balancing the elements in us, balancing the masculine and feminine in us.
Yes.
Sometimes it's time to and then sometimes
Yes.
like there's like a journey to this. And I feel like that let go
Exactly.
tattoo is like the perfect line 6'3" profile like tattoo, like, because you're just gonna go through it again and again and again, and
Hmm.
it doesn't
Hmm.
help to be like, something's wrong with me. Oh no. It like something's right with you. You are going to be able to help people in a very specific
Yes.
way that other profile lines can't.
Exactly. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm always talking to sixes because I have sixes all around
Absolutely.
me. Like the
Yes.
person I'm
And
working, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You're bursting, feeling. What were you
oh,
gonna say?
sorry, I think my internet just got a little
Oh
funky.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that yeah, there's something I think about the six line that really is like it's not just for me. Like, yes, I'm here with a purpose, I'm here with a life, but like what I am going through is not just for me. And anything, any wisdom, any gold that I'm able to mine is for my community. It is for my clients. It is for others. And I get to lead the way. I get to shine the guiding light because I've been there. But like, it's not just for me. It is for everyone. And so also I think when you're in those places of being burned in the fire, burned at the stake. Like, this isn't just about you. This is greater than just one person, one drop in the ocean. This ripples out to the whole freaking ocean. So, like, also know that, I think, as a six line too, it's like, this isn't happening in a silo. This isn't hyper independent of the rest of the world. Like, this experience is also priming others as well. And you get to just have to be the one that goes first. But what you gain, who you become, is going to be so much benefit to others. So trusting that too is huge.
Wow. Yeah, listen up, six lines. Listen up. Listen to the sage wisdom. Like that's really what's coming to me. I don't have this, you guys. I'm a 4-1. I don't have this. This is really profound. Like, listen up to Anu, because like you can either become someone who's a shining role model of like other people look up to you of like, oh my God, like she's doing the thing, she's doing something right. Or if you're just like rejecting and like not letting go and rejecting your purpose and rejecting your design, you can become a shining example of like, don't be that guy. You know, there it's easy to kind of be falling on these two extremes, not a lot of middle
So
ground.
real.
As
So
you get
real.
closer to 50 and 60, you know, we're
Yes.
going to see this more and more.
Exactly. I have seen that. I do a fair amount of human design charts for people that I'm close to or family members and there's a lot of the sixes that are not in their highest expression, I have noticed. And
Whoa.
it's very hard. And those people that I can identify, I'm like, oh, I see the potential, and I'm so sorry that you got so lost or that you didn't have someone to guide you along the way to help you, because you are meant to be this. I can see this. You are meant to be a leader. You are meant to have this embodied lived wisdom. And I'm sorry you got lost. It's not too late. It's obviously not too late, but there's a lot of work that you have to do to get back into, your own seat of your own power.
Wow.
Yeah, I've
How
I've
have you
I've
seen
seen
that
so many
play
streets.
out? How have you seen that play out in those that got lost?
Oof. Okay, there's two people that I'm holding in my mind right now, and I think it's a lot. There's a lot of self-doubt that happens. There's a lot of mistrust that happens, and it's mostly not being able to trust yourself. Like, as a six, for everyone, of course, but as a six, you have to trust. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your inner seat of wisdom and authority. And when you don't, that's when you get lost. And that's when life gets really freaking hard, because then you're in a constant place of push, pull, and something is never right because you can't get there. I've seen a lot of these folks just spiral and spiral and spiral rather than just arriving. And at some point you have to make a decision that I am here, I am whole, I am enough, I have arrived. Let's go. Um, so
Wow.
I think it can be really easy to get lost if whether it was trauma or family of origin, or you've really bought into the heteropatriarchy that you're not enough. Like, it really is about how can you still hold this torch? How can you still burn even when the winds are crazy? And if you cannot hold on to your torch, then you're going to get lost. So how can you be so much in the seat of yourself and your own power and know where you are and know where your center is, know who your guides are, know where you belong to, which that has taken me my whole life to. You can see my sign back there. You belong here. That has been one of my biggest pieces, is that figuring out how I belong, but ultimately you have to belong to yourself. You have to belong to yourself, especially as a six line. If you do not belong to yourself, then you will get lost.
Dude, this is what my coach always tells me is like possess yourself or someone else
Yes.
will.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
plenty of people, we're not going to name names or
Hmm.
anything, but we can think of a few people in power and leadership in the planet Earth right now in 2026 who would love to just control the way you think about yourself, feel about yourself, the things that you
Yes.
spend your money on, the things that you feel, the things that you, I mean,
Yeah.
this is subtle. This is some magical shit, you know? Like,
Yes. Exactly.
wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
can be, you could sit here and listen to us two talking and be like, oh, wow, really nice stuff to say. But really, like, this is important. Like, you want to start a business. Like, I talk to a lot of people, like, who want to either change their career, which I did in 2022. I changed my career, became a software developer from being like a customer service person, that was hard. It's harder than starting a business. Starting a business is way harder.
Oh my God. If you really want to meet your shadow, if you really want to level up, you really want to have the initiation of your lifetime, start a fucking business. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Yep.
holy cannoli, you have to face so much of your shadow. It is wild. It is wild. No one told me that.
Yeah, yeah. What talks about this? There's a lot of like the logical side of like how to get more followers and how to sell and there's
Yeah.
a deeper spiritual alchemy that happens. You get
Oh my
forced.
gosh.
You get
Yes.
forced whether you're kicking and screaming or not.
Exactly. You get forced. Oh my goodness. Yes. Holy
Even
cannoli,
if
the
you're
amount
working in
of
corporate, like even if you're a leader in corporate or like leading a team at work or like
yes.
trying to get that promotion, skill up, especially in this day and age when AI is taking over a lot of jobs, a lot of people are going to be forced to transition their career.
Mm,
Or they already
exactly.
are. A lot of people are getting
Exactly. Yep.
layoffs or they've built this career, they thought would be stable, now robots are doing it, that kind of stuff. So
For real. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot of people basically like this isn't optional, like you have to evolve.
Yes.
And you and I, Anu, are like the spiritual warriors who are here to have like a specific offering for our fractal, certain types of people who are
Yes.
like, they're saying yes to this and they're ready to get to work on their purpose. So this is really exciting. This is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to fall behind. You don't want to
It
be
is.
that shining example of like, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
Exactly.
that for anybody. If you're listening to this, it's so important. Now is the time. 2027. Let's talk. This is a good transition to talk about the 2027 shift. Okay, we're going to nerd out a little bit about human design. If y'all listening, y'all are not familiar with it, look it up. Go online and just type in, get my free human design body graph. If you're not familiar, if you don't have it, check it out because I want to talk about this. Do you want to talk a little bit, Anu, about your body graph and like specifically I think we talk about first is like where's your inner authority? For us,
Mm.
probably sacral, unless you
Yes.
have solar plexus definition.
No, I am single definition sacral for sure. Yep.
Dude, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So do you, well, let's see. Let's go to, I don't want to get too much into that because it's such a 101 thing. Like most people who know about human design, you know about that. Cool. So we're listening to our
Yes.
sacral, we're getting that yes or maybe.
Yes.
But also there's this thing of the variables, the arrows. I talked about this in the Ask Me Anything
That's right. Yep.
last week. Do you know what your arrows are? Do you want to talk about those and share?
I don't actually know much about my arrows. I was like, oh, I have not actually gone to this realm of the human design world until you mentioned it the other day. I think I looked it up. Let me see. But I really don't know much about it. So I would love to hear your thoughts around it too.
Okay, cool. I'm also going to put it on my topic list for like things to talk about in general in the AMA, but
Amazing.
because there's so much to it that I'm still learning. And I will just share with people here listening and with you is that I'm basically now that I'm, leveling up the temple of becoming, I'm being forced to use my variables. And I was like, what
Mm,
is going on? Why am I so frustrated? That's our signature theme is like when we're
mm,
out of alignment, the frustration. And I was like, I feel like
yeah.
my thoughts are going in a billion directions. Our variables are getting activated, particularly if you have more right-leaning variables, more future-focused
Mm.
variables.
Uh-huh.
There's an
Uh-huh.
activation right now, and I'm like, why do I have just this like I'm calling it like the maniacal outpouring of like ideas and perception. It's like, okay, I need to experiment with this because there's something really waking up. And I
Yes.
don't think I'm alone. So, are
I
you
love
looking them
it.
up right now?
Let me see. I know that I just, where the hell? Oh, those are different notes. Let me see. Does this So does this also apply to their like the incarnation cross? Does this dictate that, like the right or the left angle?
No, it's different than the incarnation
Okay.
cross. What variables are, and from what I've learned so far, and continue to learn, is they have to do with how your brain, like how energy flows through your brain, like how
Mm.
your cognition flows.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the centers and the channels are physical, body, like emotional, they're other stuff. The variables are your cognition, how you're thinking and perceiving works. And I have some real weird ones, so I've been in a deep experiment lately.
Mm.
I have what you call the twisties. Call me the guy, you know.
Oh my gosh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a left-brained person with like a right-brained perspective. So I'm like, oh, yeah,
Interesting.
I got a little bit of
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
yeah, I want to know. I'm
My
really curious about this. I want to see yours. We're gonna do this
the
right on the call,
I
spiritually.
love it.
This is the shit I live for. Is like, come to V. Like, what the hey is this weird, esoteric, nerdy, left brain person? Can you look at this and research this? I'm like, yeah, I need research. I will
Yes.
online. I
I
will
love
read
it. No,
that.
that's so freaking valuable. That's something I appreciate so much
Good.
about you is that you just are an endless
Endless.
reservoir of brilliant, approachable, and applicable facts and
That's what I'm
knowledge
here
and
for.
wisdom. Like, I know, it's just so good. Okay, so my mind is right.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just, this is all AI, just for the record. I
Okay.
just looked it up. Right, receive, speak before it's perfect, channel your content, trust what drops in, don't script everything. And then body is left. So create clear offers. This is also, I'm in a business portion of the AI. Create clear offers, commit to containers, follow through with structure, lead with consistency after the yes. Um, okay, what else? There's translation left, left, right, right,
Oh,
strategic body, receptive mind. Does that make sense?
strategic body, receptive mind. Let's see if I can. So there's two arrows on the top and there's two on the bottom. The two arrows on the top, are they facing each other, pointing to each other?
Mm. Let me look at the actual graph. Just one second. Hold, please.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just sent it to. I sent you my chart. Let me
Oh, yeah,
find it on
cool.
our thread.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Can you?
And oh,
There we go.
yeah, okay, so you have left, left, like I do on the top, and then you have a right. Okay, cool. We only have one difference, which is that your perception, the bottom arrow that's pointing is actually to the left, mine's to the right. So that's cool. We're really similar. D.
Interesting.
Mine is PLR, DLR. So yours would be P. Can you hold up again?
Yeah.
This is PLLDLR. PLL. Let me go back to my notes. PLLDLR, I believe. D DLR. D design is on the red side, left, right, and then personality is left, left. Personality, left, left, design, left, right. Okay, cool. You are variables, what they're called. If you want to look them up, spiritual warriors, if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to know my variables too, and you should look up your variables, especially if you're trying to do the things that we're talking about in our talk today, like, career shifts, leveling up, starting a business,
Yes.
etc. Look them up. Anus are PLLDLR. Okay,
Okay.
PLLDLR is what the acronym is because it's talking about personality and design. So this is like, I'm going to research this and then bring it more into the AMA for you specifically. And if anybody else wants me to research your variables, if you're listening to this, I don't care if you're a member, I don't care if you're in the ritual service or not. Reach out to me, okay? And I will look at this because this is crazy. Is that like this The left facing is more like facing, it's more like left brained. And I'm going to just do this generically. I'm not going as in depth as I will on the AMA, by the way, okay? But the left facing arrows are more left brain. They're basically looking towards the past in a manner of speaking, looking towards where have we come from? What is the data that we can gather from our, past and our experiment and stuff we've been through to learn from? And it's also very strategic, structured, more logical. I
Hmm.
I have both of those left facing. I don't know if on the recording this is actually mirrored or not. Like left facing, is that left facing? Are there? Like left facing arrows. Like, but I have that on top, which is like I have a very strategic mind, a very strategic way of taking in information. I'm pretty left-brained. Like I'm a researcher. You got to understand, I work in tech. I taught myself to code. I'm hungry to like be a geeky left-brain person. But then on the bottom, I have right-facing, which is like everything that comes out of me is kind of like
Mm,
creative and esoteric and
that
like
makes
connecting
sense.
to all this like they call it like the nine-centered being, what Ra Uru Hu of human design is talking about where we're going in the future, and you have that right arrow on the design side, which I
Yes.
believe is environment. No, can you show it to me again?
Yeah. Let me, it also broke it
This
down.
is
Let's see.
rich spiritual warriors. This is what I do. Like, like,
Yeah, it says environment left, digestion left, perspective right, motivation right. Let me
yeah,
pull up the
okay,
chart
yeah.
again. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, perspective. And that's your perspective. Yeah, dude. So like that right facing, just real generically, that one that's right facing is like if it's environment, you need to be in an environment that's more like just where you can receive.
Mm,
And you're
mm,
very sensitive to your environment. I have this.
yes.
I have this. This is why I'm in this like plant place, I'm just like, let me lay down and just like, speak to you very, as relaxed as I can, even though I get really fired up and my cheeks get all pink, so I get really passionate, I'm like, I know, it's just like flowing, I'm in the flow.
Oh.
Um, but there's this enhanced sensitivity, and this is
Mm.
kind of like speaking to our
Oh
species
yes,
as human beings. We are evolving as a species. We're evolving to be
totally.
able to receive more, to get more information, connect the dots more,
Mm.
feel
Mhm.
more,
Mm.
and use our energy in newer and newer ways. And they talk about with the activations of the sleeping phoenix, the cross of the sleeping
Yes,
phoenix, which is already in place. It's already coming. Okay, we're feeling it
feel
now.
it.
There's certain gates that are getting activated too. One of those gates in the human design body graph is gate 20. And this is
Mm.
the gate of the now. And there's a lot to say about it. I won't go deep into it here, but I was like, I wonder if Anu has any of these, like, however many, six gates or whatever, like that are in
Interesting.
there's a bunch of
Yeah.
them that are like forming the themes of literally the themes of our species for the next like several hundred years, you guys. Like, this is a whole thing. So this is why it's like, let's see.
I
Ugh,
do. I have gate 20.
you have gate 20. I
My
knew it.
moon.
I knew it. I had a feeling I bet he has gate 20, like
Yes.
Gate 20 is located on the G center, which is
Mm.
associated with the liver and the blood, and it has to do with like identity, and it has to do with speaking, just like you're in this flow. Like you're
Mm.
just like
Yes.
speaking truth in the now, and there's this innocence to it. There's this innocent, like you are perfect the way you are, sort of a
Yes.
self-love quality to this
Yeah.
definition, and
Ah.
if you don't have this defined, it doesn't mean you don't have this. It just means that you're here to be more receptive of that. It's
Mm.
not like this constant like defined thing that's always emanating from you. You're here to receive it more and to
Mm.
feel it more and to take it in and nourish it, like nourishing in the earth, like the earth nourishes the sun, this nourishment of the sun.
That's so beautiful.
So I'm going
Yes.
to be like diving more. I know it sounds really esoteric coming out of my words. I'm going to be like diving into like sometimes I'll usually talk about it and then it's like I'm going to make this more applicable to you who are listening and all these, what you are actually working with in your design. And if you're like, I don't understand my design, but I really want to, hit me up and ask me questions and
Yes.
I'll research whatever I don't know. And I
That's
will.
amazing. Thank you for that. That's such a
Yeah.
gift. Yeah. Human design, I feel, is so fascinating and it's like endless. It's endless.
Yeah.
And I know when I was just first starting out understanding it, and I'm still like pretty much a newbie with it, it can feel really overwhelming. So to have somebody who can help guide you, who is as knowledgeable as you are, like such a beautiful thing. So everyone should take you up on that, is what I'm saying.
It's literally math.
Yes, it is. It's
Literally
math.
math.
It's math and it's wild.
Yeah.
And you look at that graph and it's like, whoa, what
It's
the
like,
hell
what
is
is all
happening?
this? Yeah. There's a lot there.
Yeah,
It
there
can
really
be
is.
like, and anytime when you're like, I'm trying to make this thing happen in my life, but I feel blocked, sometimes it can really help to look at your human design graph and be like, how does this
Yeah.
feel? Like, what is this? What are these themes? And like, you can get these light bulbs like, oh, it's this, maybe it's this one thing. Maybe if I try doing this or feeling this or accept, most of the
Yes.
time it's just accepting how I am in this one way.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
accepting yourself and not being like, why can't I do blah? Why can't I be
Yes,
like her? Why can't I be like that person? No, no,
precisely.
you're here to be you.
You're designed to be you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I often one of the things that I do when my imposter is up is to remind myself like no, literally I was born to do this. I was designed to do this, so knock that shit off. Like anytime you
Exactly.
doubt, like just take a look and it's like it's here. You kind of don't have another choice. So
Yeah.
accept and move through the fear and the shame and the guilt and the questioning and come back into your center because
Yep.
this is what you were here to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Part of stepping into our purpose is we have to go through our fears and our insecurities and all the thoughts
Yes.
that come up and all the like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? Am I good enough? Am I, you know,
Yes.
what if this, what if that happens? What if, all the fears. And this is why my teacher, Onamio, is like, we eat our fears. And I say, like, we use our fears, lift them like weights. Just be like, well, if this happens, then I'll do this, And
Exactly.
if I get scared, I'll take deep breaths, you know?
Yes.
And if I'm
Precisely.
scared of something, then I'll just write it down and journal about it. Just
Hmm.
doing those reps, just loving yourself like that.
I love that. It's just it's a gateway. It is a gateway
Right.
to deeper understanding and self. And yeah, invite it in. Build a fucking altar to it. Like,
Yeah.
let's put it in the center because this is your greatest teacher.
Yes. God, spoken like a true 6'3". Great teacher. I have so much respect for you. You have no idea.
Oh, thank you. It
Okay, so
is mutual.
I want to go to the next question here because
Yeah.
this is really like we're getting down to the money questions, It's like when you go through your initiations, we talked about your 6 reader designed to like go through
Yes.
the constant deepening, constant struggle, constant initiation, personally, deep in the shadows, the things that people don't see. You come and you're shining, you're smiling, and you've got, this amazing hair and this amazing, energy. But people don't see the fact that probably spent nights just like crying on the floor, just like sobbing to the Divine Mother, just like aching, pain, whatever. Just
Yes.
that, that there's no, it doesn't serve anybody to be like, no, 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 I never suffered, like that doesn't
Mm.
help your cause.
No, I mean, you the deeper the depths, the darker the darkness, the brighter you can shine. There kind of is no other way. If you want it to be authentic, if you want it to be real, you have to have that. You have to have gone to the underworld time and time again in order to come back as the blooming flower. Like this is just the nature of our world, of our universe that we're in. My path has been one of immense pain. It is immense pain. And like, yes, I think so many people see the shiny Leo, they see the light, they hear my voice, my singing voice in particular, and that is all there because of the foundation of learning to navigate the underworld that I didn't have a choice around. That particularly my body has been the greatest initiatory tool. I have dealt with, I mean, chronic illness pretty much my whole life. And there is nothing greater of a teacher than being on the bathroom floor for 3 days because you're in crippling pain with endometriosis that you cannot fucking stand, you cannot eat, you cannot do anything, but yet somehow you've got to get through that. You have to get through it, and time again. So I spent over a decade with debilitating endometriosis and PCOS, which resulted in multiple surgeries, which resulted in having a hysterectomy when I was 30 years old. It resulted when I was 36 having my ovary torse and having to have emergency, like life-saving surgery that then prompted me into menopause. But all of that has been such a great teacher, and the massive chronic fatigue and adrenal fatigue and everything else and the mast cell and like there's endless shit, the Epstein barr, like all of this has been such, I mean, it initiated me into being a warrior because there is no other way to get through that, to deal with that immense amount of pain. You have to become a warrior. And yeah, so there, and I have also, part of my big initiation was having to deal with a lot of this martyr shit and a lot of these toxic relationships and a lot of codependency. And for my life, it was either my body or it was money or my relationships that kept holding me back. All of it was part of my sixth line, right? Like, it wasn't time. I had to go through that. I had to be in these fucked up, challenging, hard, painful situations in order to find my way. That is what it's for, is in order to find your way, to find your way back, to come back to the light, to find a way to keep going, to find a way to keep living, even when everything else says stop. You have to keep going. So yeah, you cannot become a glowing ball of light unless you have your darkness, that you are familiar with your darkness, you understand your shadow. That has to go hand in hand. Otherwise, it's just bypassing. Otherwise, it is not authentic. It is not earned, and it is something. And earn is a funny word, but like to grow, to shine, to evolve, to be so clear in yourself and in your power, that is earned. You have to go through a million initiations to get there. So anyway, yes, my path has been one of massive trial and error and fuck around and find out, and crazy decisions that I've made that ultimately got me to where I needed to be. And it has not been a straight and narrow path. It has been circular. It has been spiral. It has been crooked. I have had many dead ends, but finding my way back is being your own guiding light and learning to trust again after everything has been let go of or been released. Is how can you learn to trust again? And that has been so much of my path over the past, I don't know, 7, 8, maybe decade, of learning to trust and to build that slowly from the ground up. The first time that I ever did ayahuasca, one of the biggest messages she was saying was, you don't trust anything, and that's a problem. So what do you trust? And at that moment, I could only identify like 3 things. And I realized, holy shit, I really am in a place of not trusting. And so I have to build that back up. And I do feel quite trusting now because I've gone through all of these things. And one of the things that I have trusted the most is always knowing that no matter what happens, I will make it through. No matter what happens, I can trust that my pilot light will never go out, and I will return, and I will make it through this. So, and I think that's a lot of the 6th line too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, it gives me chills and makes me almost a little misty to hear you speak, because like it would be so easy for somebody who's gone through this type of pain to just be like, well, what's the point of living?
Yeah.
What's the point of living if I can't have the American dream? We live in America, and it's like we get thoughts of, well, life is about happiness and just getting the things you want and being happy all the time. And no, like
No.
we're evolving out of this like old paradigm story, which nothing wrong with like wanting to be happy and have good things, but we're here to give. We're here to create, to be creators. And to be a creator means to also understand the darkness, the destruction, the aloneness, and like the point of decision when you're alone. And like I could talk about the Matrix movie a lot in some of my analogies, I'm sure you've heard this, where it's like Neo goes to the Oracle, he's got Morpheus. Morpheus believes in him. People are like, okay, Morpheus, but he goes to the Oracle and the Oracle's like, you're not it, kid. You're not the one. And Neo's like, okay, eats a cookie. But then later he's just like, no, this can't be happening. The Oracle said this would happen, and I'm just going to choose to do the thing. Nobody's going to fucking tell me.
Mm,
Nobody's going to sit
mm,
there and be like, you're a leader now, okay? You're going to come out of this and light your light. Nobody's going to do that. It's very like, it's a choice that we have to make for ourselves by ourselves.
yes.
And that is like the beginning of some powerful next level
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it's like for me, I haven't lived in a body that went through that kind of pain, but my pain was more psychic pain, going through like the childhood ritualistic abuse of people telling me like no one will ever love you. There's a demon in you, and these like weird spiritual abuse things that just it's like who says that to a kid, like
Mm,
and it has, and it's like in a similar way, it created similar kind of wounds where it's like I didn't trust, I had trauma, I
yeah.
had beliefs of
Yes.
like lodged in the subconscious, becomes like an infection, of
Yes.
like, oh, I'm not lovable. And then it's like, where did that even come from? It's like it came from my past, and like that's not true. And no one was going to sit there and be like, even people who said like, oh, you're lovable and you're beautiful and this and that, and it can't get in unless you let it in to yourself. It's an
Absolutely.
inside job. Trust is an inside job.
Oof. Yes. Put that on a bumper sticker. Yes.
Yeah, we're entering a
Oof.
time where we're going to be going more and more inward. People are going to have more and more need to
Yes.
listen to their internal authority. That means
Yes.
listening to how you're designed, your decision-making
Exactly.
authority in your body, like
Yeah.
your internal
Mm.
divine, your divine guidance.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Yeah, and what I have read and what I am intuiting and what how I'm interpreting it a lot around this big shift that's happening is, I mean, it is a time of collective waking up. And like you and me, queer folks, a lot of folks, we're already there, but there are so many other people that are still asleep to conformity and are still asleep to all of the systems of oppression that they don't even know are their like default operating system. And so I think it is a matter of it's waking up and realizing fuck that. I am no longer outsourcing my beliefs about myself. I'm no longer outsourcing my root. I'm no longer outsourcing my belonging. I'm coming back here and living so deeply in my authenticity that nothing will manipulate me anymore. So, like, the end of manipulation is done. It is done. The veil, the apocalypse has happened. The veil has been lifted. Like, we are there. We are there. So we get to see things clearly. I think everything that has come out in the past few months about those files, whose name I'm not even going to say, like, it has shown us that, like, all of this, it has been a lie. So wake up. It all is. So, like, let's get clear on who we are and what we're doing because the veil is lifted, my loves. It is go time. The new world is here. We have already won. This shit is terrible and it's going to be terrible and it's going to take a lot of people down and, like, not bypassing any of that. But, like, we have won. We have won.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how a lot of people they talk about like escape the matrix, escape the matrix. It's, I never want to be born in a human body again. I want to get out of here as fast as I can. It's kind of like spiritual, like race to the finish line. And
Yeah.
if you're here and you're, I don't know how old you are if you're listening to this, maybe you're in your 20s, maybe in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, doesn't matter. It's not too late. Like the choice is now to live your
Mm.
life fully now. Do not waste your life. Do
Yes.
not waste your life. And if you've listened this far into the video, you're probably one of these spiritual warriors who's like taken, names and kicking some booty and you're here to get work because I think you're right. I think we are going to see more suffering and more
Yes.
confusion and
Yes.
disillusionment and
Yes.
change. And like we're installing human OS 2.0, and it's like you go through a shock.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You go through the planet's sort of in a shock phase, and
Yes. Exactly.
we need you. We need you. If you're listening to this, we need you role models to
Yeah.
step up and say yes fully.
Yes.
Say yes to all of it, accept what the gifts you're given, the gifts that you've been born into here. Let's do this. Don't
Mm.
waste this
Mm.
life.
Exactly. And it's go time. It is go time. I that is the thing that I am really wanting to share with my community, my clients, my like there's no more time. The time is now. It is now. So wake up or stay asleep forever. But I want you to wake up. We need you. Like I was telling somebody recently, I'm like I know that a lot of the work that I'm doing, like in some ways, it's a little bit selfish because I need you to wake up because I don't want to do this alone. I am fucking tired. I need you to wake up and rise and carry the weight and do your part because we need each other now more than ever. And we need people who are so in touch with their center and so clear on who they are and what they're here to do because we cannot do this alone. Like, yes, we're moving more into the era of like the individual, but it's the being so like that's sovereignty, being so in yourself that no matter what happens out here, you're not going to be tipped, you're not going to fall over. But then you can really, really connect and build like deep relationships because you know who you are and you're not confused anymore. So like, yeah, it's time to wake up. It's time to go because we need everyone. We cannot do this by ourselves. So how can you wake up and get on board? Come join us because it's time and we're ready.
Yeah, and the black magic of the like powers that control the world, that can't
Yes,
affect you anymore. Like I talk a lot
exactly.
about that of like every all magic is in the mind magic. We can think about it as like seeds in the unconscious mind. You
Yes,
don't have to be afraid of that spiritual warrior if you can see it for what it is. And that
yes,
people are just they're doing it to themselves because they're scared, they're in an ego trip. It's just that's all it is. It's fear. It's just this attempt to control. You cannot really be controlled. No one can control your fate. So
exactly.
chain yourself symbolically. This is from my ritual called
I
chain
love it.
yourself to your own fate, your own higher self, possess
Mm,
yourself. And
mm,
all those lesser chains, those things that people try to wrap around as codependency and I need you this and save me and
yes,
like I control you and this black magic quote unquote, all that will just fall away on its own. You don't even have to do anything because
it's
you're
so
walking
beautiful.
your path with power and
Exactly.
intention.
Yes,
Wow,
yes,
powerful
yes, yes.
conversation on you. Holy shit.
I
So
love
how can people get in
it.
touch with you if they want to learn
Yeah,
more about your offerings and you?
absolutely. I'm everywhere as Fire in the Belly Alchemy. My website is fireinthebellyalchemy.com. On Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere it's Fire in the Belly Alchemy. So, yeah, please reach out. Yeah, I right now I am enrolling for the Cauldron. What it used to be a year-long program, but the times are changing. And what we listened, kept seeing that damn 555 angel number everywhere being like great change is coming, and I knew it was about this. And it really what we have received and what the spirit of my business, the spirit of the Cauldron, has said is like time isn't working in the same way anymore. A year is people don't know where they're going to be in a week, let alone a year. So we went from having a full year container, which is beautiful. I'm like, there is some grief that I'm not going to get to see everyone for the full year, but right now the people that are enrolled are joining for the full year because they've been through it already and they want to keep going and they know the power of it. But you might only have 6 weeks. And so we've now taken the whole year, and there are seasons now. So we start May 7th with air, and deep, deep, deep inner child reclamation. So, and all of these are now their own initiations. Previously, it was we had the whole year, and then Earth, we do the big initiation. But now it's like, nope, it's time. It is time to go. So we're going to initiate ourselves. We're going to reclaim our inner child in air, and then we'll move through fire and water and earth. But people can join for the season now, as opposed to the whole year, which is really beautiful. Or you can join for the whole year if you really want to, like, no, I really am ready to alchemize everything, and I'm really ready to change. The year is available. So, but the biggest feedback that we get from the program is that this changed everything. So that's something that I've really been sitting with is like, yeah, fear, the fear piece that people are afraid to change. But like, God is change. The only constant is change. So like devote yourself to becoming that beautiful butterfly, and because that's all there is, babies.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm going for the Cauldron. I'm also one of the things that I'm doing. I'm going to be offering what I'm calling sovereign frequency coaching. So how do you get into your authentic frequency vibration? Like literally using the voice, literally using sound and vibration. A lot of alchemy, a lot of ritual, to help people really step into who the fuck they are. Again, like we were talking about, because when you know who the fuck you are unshakable. You are ungovernable. No one can manipulate you when you are so in yourself and so clear. And what is meant for you will find your way because you're like so in your own frequency. Yeah, and Rage Alchemy coming on and lots of other things. So yeah, please reach out. I'm here for it, and yeah, such an honor to get to support people through these thresholds.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of human design, I had a reading recently where someone was saying that in my design, like I'm literally I'm the death doula. Like I am the threshold guide that I
Yeah.
am here when people are ready. When you are ready to take the leap, I am here. I am here to hold you and guide you through this to the other side. So that's the core of my work is how can you get to the other side and become the medicine that you need.
Fuck yeah, we'll have some links in the description. And if you want to
Amazing.
reach out to me via Temple of Becoming, I mean, my program's a lot different than Anu's, right? Like, I only take two mentees at a time, and it's a spiritual mentorship for spiritual people who are working on some goal. Right now,
Yes.
my mentee is actually working with Mystic Yeshua. She's light and
Wow.
love. Okay. Like, I work with all types of people wherever you're at
Amazing.
in the spiritual journey. If this is resonating for you, you don't have to be into some of the like crazy esoterica. It's like wherever you're at, you're designed perfectly, and let's go. If you're ready to go,
Mm,
let's go.
I love it.
Yeah, for certain
Such a
things.
treasure you are.
Ditto.
Yes.
Ditto. And then I also have the ritual service, of course. This is offered to you so easy to plug in. $33.33 a month is where it's priced right now, USA. Okay, so just go to templeofbecoming.com, go through the door, says enter the temple. That's the door. And then you just scroll down, click on one of the cards and sign up. And you just plug in. You don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything. You automatically get entered in once you sign up. And if you have questions, you get stuck, you can email me, hello@templeofbecoming.com. And I have the free Ask Me Anything. Anu knows that this is a great place to just ask questions. In this container, I answer questions that I don't answer to the depth that I do on the public channels. Okay, this is for the people who are coming in being like, I want to learn something very specific. And it's all anonymous, right? So you can ask anything, like literally. I don't answer every single question to the depth that I answer it though on the membership for the paid members. So there's
Yes, of
certain
course.
like levels here. This is like mid-level. Okay, if you're like, I just want to like, have some time with V off of the public socials. Okay, check it out. Hit me up. Just go to
So
templeofbecoming.com
generous.
and then just click on subscribe, and that will email you a thing where you can send questions in to me. So totally free.
So beautiful. So generous.
And I have a
You're
gift for
such a
you.
resource.
I have a gift for you.
What?
You want to, okay, hold on.
For me?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is where it's get real. And you probably remember me mentioning this a while ago. Maybe you forgot, I don't know. But this is a container that I have on my altar. It's filled with kumkum, which is basically it's like an herbal mixture that's mixed with lime, turns dark red, with chanted
Ooh.
with like chants in a ritual. And these chains, let's see. These are not real gold. They're just it's basically a composite, but it doesn't matter. It still works.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's
This is a
amazing.
ritual tool. These have been sitting in here for weeks now.
Mm,
And these will be tonight in the ritual of the golden chain. I will whisper your name over this chain, and it will link this and take you even deeper into the
mm.
ritual service. It's more like this, so that you can use this. And then I will make sure to get this to you so you can physically put it on your altar. You can use it in your ceremonies, your magic. You can wrap it around your heart to melt whatever's
Amazing.
blocking you. You can wrap it around a thing of like, melt my money blocks, melt my blockages to my success and my next level,
Mm,
my growth, whatever it
mm.
is. You can rub it on someone's heart to like open them up and help them release. You can use this. This is a magical tool. And
So amazing.
I have like, I don't know, a couple more. I have at least five more. Two, three, four, five. Okay, so you spiritual warriors, Anu, if you know Anu and you're coming in, you're listening, you've listened all the way through to this.
Get
I only
it.
have five of these. I will give you this for free if you sign up for the ritual service. If this is a
Mm,
yes in your body, okay.
mm,
No pressure
mm.
to answer right away. Like some people, they get a yes in their sacral, you're right away. Some people, they take 2 weeks if they have emotional definition. Give it 1 to 3 weeks. Give it a month if you're a reflector. Just reach out to me. I'll have these five. If you know Anu and you're like, yeah, I want this, I want to take advantage and link into the ritual service and you're ready to go,
Yes.
just drop me a line and say that Anu sent you, okay? And I've got just five for you, man. Like, dude, yeah,
Get
let's
it.
go to the
Get
next
them. I
level.
cannot wait. I
That's right.
cannot wait.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Thank you so much
Amazing.
for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing your
Mm,
story. Thank you
mm,
for doing the
mm,
work you do. And thank you for committing to your awakening and your purpose in this lifetime, not the next.
mm, mm.
Thank you
Woof.
so
Chills.
fucking much. I am honored
That's
by your presence and I just uplift you in all of your glory. I'm
mm,
so excited to see where you go.
mm. Thank you, V. That means the world, truly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes.
It's an honor to serve you. Truly.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Follow,
All
like, and
right.
subscribe. Get on the mailing list for both of us to not miss out. Things are coming from both Anu and myself, so stay connected.
They
Thank you,
sure
Surge
are.
Warriors, for joining. Any last things you want to say to your followers, people listening, Anu?
Yeah, I mean, I think you heard it today. It's time. It's go time. And you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
we got you.
We got you. That's
When
right.
you're ready.
All right. When you're ready. All right, Surge Warriors. Thanks. Peace.
Mm.
Much love.
Yay.